Hey everyone, it's Hax. I'm excited to let you all know that as of today, the box has received its final update to in-game functionality. The last notable update we gave the box was version 3, which was posted 2 years ago on September 27, 2020. Today I'll be providing an overview of version 4. The goal of version 4 is to perfect the behavior of the quadrant notch coordinates, as well as the behavior of the timing lockout nerfs. Without further ado, let's jump right into an overview of this update. I'll start by going over the changes to quadrant notch coordinates. These were partially covered in a video I posted recently, which was titled Advanced Fob Calibration Guide. The first aspect of the quadrant notch coordinates that we've changed is the removal of the vanilla shield drop feature. This was a feature which stated that in quadrants 3 and 4, the default Y value of -0.7 would alternate to -0.6875 when the L or R button was held. The purpose of the vanilla shield drop feature was to ensure that you were able to shield drop on vanilla, since the value of -0.7 can't achieve this. However, the vanilla shield drop feature was disingenuous. This is because it allowed you to alternate between jab cancel coordinates and shield drop coordinates, which is normally impossible on vanilla. While it's possible to have this combination on UCF and 1.03, the jab cancel plus shield drop combination doesn't exist on vanilla, and so we were breaking game integrity by allowing it. Another aspect of this feature we weren't fond of was that it caused unmodified wave dashes to deviate from 45 degrees, and so we were able to fix that by removing it. The next changes to quadrant notch behavior were directly covered in the fob calibration video. The first change had to do with the crouch walk option select notch. This notch was originally located at 0.7 -0.6875. We've shifted the X value of this notch over to 0.7125 because that's the value you'll receive when pressing along the rim of a GameCube controller. For those unfamiliar with the Crouch Walk OS, this is a technique which involves crouching in the range that allows you to maintain a crouch without actually initiating one. This can be used to buffer a walk toward your opponent after you're hit from crouch. The other notch toggle is the pivot up forward tilt plus up B without tap jump option in quadrants 1 and 2. This option is all new as of version 4. This notch can be used to perform the two techniques I just mentioned, which may be useful depending on your playstyle. To toggle between the notch options I just went over, hold down and or up before plugging in your box. Next, I'll be going over the changes to the box's timing lockouts. These are the nerfs which address the fact that some input combinations are impossible to perform on a GameCube controller. The first timing lockout change that we've made is reducing the pivot up and up forward tilt lockouts from 9 frames to 4 frames. This brings these tilt lockouts in line with the ones for down and down forward tilt. While this is indeed a buff, I'll explain why we made this change. The up and up forward tilt lockouts on previous box versions had an oversight. By pivoting with modifier X, then positioning the stick in quadrants 1 or 2 for 4 frames, it was always possible to up or up forward tilt by frame 5. This means that there was incentive to exploit the box's firmware in order to perform these tilts before their lockouts completed. We never want that to be the case with the box, and so we've reduced these lockouts to 4 frames. The next timing lockout change has to do with SDI. The goal of the current SDI lockout is to remove the box's ability to perform a double quarter circle. The way this works is when you perform the initial quarter circle, the correct direction to go to next is banned for 4 frames. Something else we've accounted for is the possibility of being pulled in a cardinal direction prior to the adjacent diagonal. This input sequence will still cause the diagonal to fail if it's within the 4-frame window. The SDI lockout behavior I've described here is what previous box versions were supposed to have. However, the SDI lockout on previous versions didn't work correctly, and so this is perhaps the most important aspect of version 4. Finally, all timing lockouts are Dolphin compatible for the very first time. This will ensure that the box performs identically no matter what console you're playing on. To recap the full list of updates, version 4 aims to perfect the behavior of quadrant notch coordinates and timing lockouts. The first set of changes includes the removal of the vanilla shield drop feature, a small correction to the Crouch Walk OS toggle, and the addition of the pivot up forward tilt plus up B without tap jump toggle. The second set of changes includes a reduction from 9 frames to 4 frames for pivot up and up forward tilt, corrections to the SDI nerf, and Dolphin compatibility for all the timing lockouts. The update that I've described in this video can be downloaded through either our company website or Discord server. We'd like to encourage box users to spread the word about this update, as some of its features involve nerfs that we'd like to make sure are standardized. Thanks in advance for your help with this.